Hi there, welcome to Bitesize Piano. I'm going to give you 3 notes that you could add to make your chord progression sound way more interesting and way less predictable. So we're talking about altered or borrowed notes. So instead of just forming chords, only using the notes belonging to the scale, the key signature, I'm going to give you 3 different notes that you could borrow alter to make your chord progression sound like you're more experienced songwriter and add a lot more flavour to your chord progressions. Let's go to the piano. For this lesson, we'll use the key of C major as the basis for all of the examples. The first interesting accidental note you could add is the flattened 7th, or like the minor 7th. So it's the 7th note from C minor. So we're going to borrow this flattened 7th, because in C major it's just a B. But the flattened 7th turns it into a B flat. So if I take this chord progression, and then I have G over B, and then I'm going to play a B flat major, C over G, I'm going to play B flat major again, F over A, I'm just making this up. It just gives an interesting turn, and obviously it still feels like we're in the key of C. So again. So the second thing we could do is a flattened 6th as well. So we can use this in a couple of different ways. My favourite way is this. If we take this chord progression, so I'm going to play it a little bit higher. It's your typical 1, 5, 6, 4 chord progression. So it'll be C major, G major, A minor, and F. So at the end, the last chord is an F minor, and you hear this quite a lot in songs actually. It sounds really nice and effective when the last chord, if it's a major, is turned into a minor. So to turn a major chord into a minor chord, we flatten the 3rd. So this gives us an A flat. So in the key of C major, A is the 6th note, so we flatten the 6th note. And this will be the minor 6th from the scale, the parallel minor scale of C minor. So again, we're borrowing a 1 note from the parallel minor scale. If I play that again, so I'm just going to turn the F into an F minor at the end. So. Kind of gives chord progressions a more interesting end to them before resolving maybe back into the root note. Another way I could use a flattened 6th is still with the A flat, but incorporating the whole A flat major chord. So the A flat major chord is A flat, C, and E flat. So what you could do with the A flat major chord is you could also incorporate the previous one we did, which is a flattened 7th. So borrowing the minor 6th and the minor 7th, but still it keeps in the key of C major. If I play a chord progression, so we'll go C, G, F major, A flat major, B flat major, like we had in the previous one, back into C. So the last one we're going to look at is a sharpened 4th. So we've done 2 altered flattened notes and borrowing from the parallel minor. So now we're going to experiment. It's almost with like a Lydian mode. We won't go too much into modes. I have a tutorial explaining modes. So adding the F sharp in there. So this is like playing the scale of G major, but starting it from C, so centering it around C. So playing around with the F and
F sharp in there. It's a sharpened fourth. So that could give us a D major chord, it could give us a B minor chord. So here is a long chord progression. So we've got C major. I'm just going to play this in a musical theatre way. F over A, and then D major over F sharp. So here's a sharpened fourth. E minor. Now F major. So not with the F sharp this time. So yeah, it's just an example of playing them all a little bit differently, not just playing them all the same way, so different rhythms as well.
So I hope you found that interesting and useful. Remember to check the description for all the extra subsidiary tutorials and lessons. So I hope you are all well, and I will see you in the next piano lesson. Bye bye. That's the end of this video. If you have a request, please leave them in the comment section of this video. Also remember to like and subscribe. I've left some videos here you might like, so go and check those out. I also have a course, so if you would like to learn how to read music from scratch, go visit Bitesize Piano Course.co.uk. You can enroll and start learning. I'll see you in the next video.